piercing, but nothing is. Maybe I'll get home by Christmas with a couple medals on my chest. But first, we gotta take Marigny.
Schmeling versus LaMotta.
Schmeling would have KO'd LaMotta.
No way. And Schmelling's a Nazi. I'd shoot him in a heartbeat.
Now, they made him their poster boy. That guy didn't have a choice.
We all got a choice.
You know, Nietzsche said there was only
Oh,
strong...
that's enough mouth. All right. What about Lewis versus Sugar Ray
If
Robinson?
we're talking 1938, Lewis Robinson wins hands down.
Hey!
Yo, what is up guys? Gamerverse back again here to do another review for you guys today, man. So today we are reviewing Call of Duty World War II in 2025, no less. Yes, I know the game released a while ago. In fact, in 2017 the game released. I remember playing it on PS4 back in the day, and back then I didn't have a YouTube channel, or at least an active YouTube channel, so decided to revisit the game in 2025 and yeah, I'll give you guys my review for it. I know there might be some of you out there that obviously played the game, and there might be some of you that kind of didn't play the game. Maybe you had it but you never completed it, whatever the case may be. But yeah, let's get into this review, guys. Let's talk about the game's campaign. Let's talk about the storyline, you know, to give you guys an overview. It is returned to the classic setting, World War II, setting after years of modern futuristic type of Call of Duties. This is like a throwback, you know, and there's a lot of strengths in the story. There's a lot of good cinematic presence. The emotional storytelling in the game is good. They have a good atmosphere when it comes to the characters. And there's a good cast actually in the story. It's a really good cast, emotional and historical. The weaknesses in the game story might be the pacing. I would say maybe it was a little too short, but it's packed into about I think about 10 hours or so. This is me kind of looking it up while I'm making this video, so just bear with me. I think it is about 7 hours, depending on how you play, with average play time to reach 100% completion being around 18.5 hours. The campaign length can vary depending on your play style and the difficulty settings. So playing on high difficulty levels, as you guys know, such as veteran, can extend the length of the campaign, as there is obviously no health regeneration, requiring more careful management while playing the game. So obviously you got to be careful, and one shot to the head and you're dead. It's kind of cool that they do have this difficulty settings for people who like to have a more realistic experience, or an immersive experience. But yeah, I decided to replay the game, and the story, which is our topic that we're on, is good. Actually, it is good. It's packed into about 7 hours or 10 hours, but it is good. It's actually a really good story. I enjoyed playing with the cast, experiencing the cast, and like I said, it is World War II, but a little bit of a spin on World War II. It's about Nazis, and you on in the army in the United States, and you guys' main mission is to stop this Nazi revolution, whatever it is. And you end up playing with about, I think you end up playing with like 5 different characters. But there's one main character that you mostly play with. I think it's Private Daniels. And you play mostly with him, but they are about, I think it's about 13 missions, or chapters you can call it, that you play and experience in the story. But yeah, the story is really good. A very good cinematic presence, very good emotional storytelling, and the historical atmosphere is really good. It is obviously about Nazis and things, but it's a good spin on the Nazi type of revolution type of thing, and America's taking over. I mean, the Nazis are taking over, and the Americans are trying to stop them. But yeah, the game story goes in a lot of different directions, but at the end of the day, it is a really good story, and I would recommend playing the game just for the story. Yeah, next I want to get into the multiplayer experience in 2025. Are the servers still active? Yes, there actually is. Servers are still active, player base status is probably about 500 players. There's not a lot of players. I mean, the game released back in 2017. It's good that they still have the service active and people can still play online and whatever. But the game is a bit old and the player count has dropped. And most people are playing Warzone nowadays. And I think most of the player count goes towards that because Warzone is free, right? And then the matchmaking times are decent. The modes available, it's really cool. You got team deathmatch, you got single player deathmatches, different modes like that. And then the gunplay mechanics compared to the modern COD titles, Call of Duty titles, is a little bit different. Map design is really good, and there's a balance of microtransactions and the progression system versus then and now, because it has changed a lot if you look at the more newer Call of Duty titles. So I would say the multiplayer experience is still good. If you end up liking the game and you end up liking the multiplayer experience, it is still there, and you're still welcome to go ahead and check out how good and how active the community is. And that brings us to our next topic. Let's talk zombies mode. How well does it hold up compared to other Call of Duty zombie entries? I would say it's decent actually. The horror elements are there. The atmosphere is quite good. The replay value in 2025 is decent. So yeah, next let's talk graphics and performance by 2025 standards. Visual fidelity compared to modern shooters are good. It runs very well on current hardware. I was getting a solid 60 frames per second on ultra settings on my gaming PC, and it still looks and feels good. The graphics looks it looks 2017, but it looks good for something that came out in 2017. It still looks good. I would compare it to games that came out in 2023, 2022. That is just Call of Duty standard, and the game looks and feels good to play. And performance wise, like I said, it performs very well. I did experience one visual glitch that occurred when I was stuck on a mission and I wasn't able to get past. I had to look up a way to get past it online. I don't know if it's just on PC, but that was only about one bug that I ran into. But other than that, the game was playing very smooth. The game had really good performance, and by 2025 standards, it is very, very good. Yeah, so those are the graphics and performance. Next, I want to talk community, a little bit community and support. I don't think there is much mods for the game. Any remaining updates or support from Activision has obviously become a nostalgia factor and how fans view it now. They've completely moved on from it, but there's still, like I said, there's still a community online. People are still playing multiplayer matches, which you can still indulge in if you do want to. Yeah, next, let's talk final verdict. Is the game worth playing in 2025? Best reasons to visit the game, who should skip it, who should play it. I think it is worth playing in 2025. If you haven't played it, it is definitely worth it. If you have played it and you feel like revisiting it, I would say the campaign would be my main reason. If I were to revisit it again, it'll probably be for the campaign. Yeah, I wouldn't come back for the online play or the nostalgia. The nostalgia from the campaign, yes, because it's a more slower paced Call of Duty. And I think you should skip it if you are looking for active multiplayer. But if you like it, of course, go ahead and try it. There's modern visuals in the multiplayer as well. But yeah, that is my verdict. I'm going to give the game a final score. I think the game deserves a solid 7 out of 10. In my opinion, it deserves a solid 7 out of 10. And yeah, that is my final score, guys. But yeah, guys, I have been Gamerverse, and I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know in the comment section below. You planning to play Call of Duty, Modern Warfare? I just said Modern Warfare, Call of Duty World War II in 2025. If you are planning to play it, let me know. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like. And of course, if you want to check out more of my videos, go ahead and check out my channel. subscribe if you enjoy my content. It is completely free to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will really help me out a lot as I try to grow my channel. And I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I will of course see you guys in another video.